Yo, welcome back to another episode of Texas Underground. I am your host, JVaz, and as always, this show is brought to you by La Conecta. Make sure you check them out at shoplaconecta.com. We got the custom license plates, como chingas. We got Screwston. We got the Mamalona That Could book. It's been going around TikTok. The energy drink, para que andes al 100. Then obviously we got the hats, the Muévete a la Dick in Spanish. We got the air fresheners, you know what I'm saying? All kinds of cool stuff. Make sure you check them out at shoplaconecta.com. This show is also brought to you by GT Digital Distribution. If you're an independent artist looking to take your music to the next level, make sure you check them out at gtdigitaldistribution.com, and they'll help you take your music there. Joining us today, man, I'm very excited about this because I didn't find that many interviews on the internet, so I feel like I get to ask some questions that haven't been asked yet. Yeah, so I'm excited about this. Joining us today, you might have seen him popping up here the last couple of years. Initially, when I saw you pop up, it was on with Cobra, Cobra, whatever you want to call it. And then recently with Johnny Dang blowing up, we started seeing more of DRODi, man. Joining us today from Freeport, Texas. DRODi, what's up, man?
What's going down, man?
How you feeling?
Shit, I'm good, man. Blessed to be here. Happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it was cool. It was cool to have you on because I couldn't find a lot of interviews. So I'm like, okay, we get to get some of these fresh questions.
Too many, so shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of the ones that popped up was like first DRODi interview, and I was like, oh, perfect.
Oh yeah, that was I think outside like of a show or some shit. We were standing by my truck. It wasn't
okay
like
with Slump Sessions.
Yeah. It wasn't like a sit down interview and shit.
Yeah, shouts out to Slump, man. That's my boy. I've been on Slump for a minute.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, you from Freeport, Texas, correct?
Yes, sir.
Born and raised, or you were just raised in Freeport?
I was born in Lake Jackson, but that's like the only hospital we got. You know, in that whole little area. So
by
born
default.
in Lake Jackson, but just went right there to Freeport.
Gotcha. What was it like growing up in Freeport, man? I don't really run into many people from Freeport.
Shit, it was tight, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like little mini Houston, everything Houston was doing what we was trying to do. So looking up to Houston and then just being around the plants, that's the only thing. It wasn't really nobody doing nothing besides working in the plant. So my whole life growing up, I was like, man, I don't want to work in the plants. You know what I'm saying? That was my main thing. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah. So this is kind of like Pasadena? Like they got all the
plants?
plants?
Yeah. It's just like a little more country because you got to just go down 288 all the way till it ends, and then there ain't shit down there besides water and plants. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it the water.
Yeah. Water. So, country living is peaceful, man. I fuck with country living. I live in the country myself, and I tried living in Houston for a minute.
No, I can't do Houston. Fuck that. We lived in Houston for a little bit too, but I ain't like it.
I was out here maybe for like 6 months, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my ass back over. I'd rather do the drive than to live out here.
Where do you stay at? What country?
What country?
Like what part of country?
I was racist. I was racist. What country?
What country you from, man?
Oh, well, technically I am from Mexico, but I live in Hempstead,
Where's
Texas.
That? North side?
290 West, going towards Austin, past Purvey.
Damn, that's a far ass drive, fool. How long it take to get over there?
Right now at night it's gonna take me about 45 minutes.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Yeah,
no
traffic.
About the same for me.
But during the day it's gonna be about an hour 15, an hour 20.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, but it ain't too bad though. It ain't too bad. So obviously here in Houston, man, we got the artists that we look up to getting involved into the music industry. I know you said Freeport was kind of the same thing, looking up to Houston. Yeah, but what was some of the artists you were being influenced by when you were out there in Freeport growing up?
Man, all of Houston, I guess just being Mexican, I fell into like the SPM, Lil Bean, fucking Lucky Luciano, all that type of shit, Baby Bash, and Fileto. Fileto's from Freeport.
Fileto is from Freeport, yeah.
So he was like, to me, like, you know what I'm saying, like fucking superstar and shit.
Yeah.
I grew up on the East End in front of his grandma's house. So it was right there in the same hood,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I was young, so I'm not sure, but they said my older cousin used to go out with him back in the day. Yeah. I was a kid, so I don't know, but that's what I remember hearing when I was a kid. So I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, felt attainable, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Have you been able to work with Fileto?
Nah, hell nah. I remember in 7th grade, man, I fucking seen him for Christmas. He was out there at his grandma's house. I fucking got his autograph, put that hoe up on my wall for like years. That hoe was on my wall for a few years for sure.
Yeah. Man, let me ask you this. You mentioned Lil Bing.
Yeah.
Why as a Hispanic we look up to Lil Bing so much when he doesn't really have enough music out there for us to look up to.
Man, because what he did have, that shit was hard. It was like Fat Pat, you know what I'm saying? Fat Pat ain't got that much music out either, but he still was one of my favorites too. Like the shit he did have was hard as fuck, and you just, you know what I'm saying, makes you just feel like if he would have kept going, he would have been one of the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Lil Bing's flow was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, there was a lot of potential. There's a lot of potential there. I personally, and I get a lot of heat every time I say this, but I personally feel like there wasn't, because when they talk about like Mexican Latin legends in Houston, he's like the second or third name that pops up. And I'm like, man, to be a legend, I feel like you need to have a lot of work. You know what I'm saying?
I think probably because he caught that murder charge, you know what I'm saying? People just like...
We glorify shit
it's
like that,
man, yeah, like he killed somebody and fucking was rapping or something. I don't know. I like him though just because his music, bro, like the way he flowed was hard as fuck, and the shit he would say was just like, damn, that's
his fucking freestyle is still, you know what I'm saying, still be trending on TikTok and shit.
Yeah, that bitch hard as fuck.
Fucking 20 years later.
Still be jamming that shit.
You know what I'm saying? And then they come up with the fucking cumbia version and shit.
Yeah.
Getting into music, man, how exactly did that come about?
Man, when I was little, so like my mom came from Mexico when she was 18, and she's the youngest out of 8. So like all my aunts and uncles was, you know what I'm saying, already grown when they got here, and they moved to the east end of Freeport. It was all of them in this little ass house, and then once they started, you know what I'm saying, getting their own places, I guess just being like from Mexico and shit, come to the United States, they want to kind of stay together. So we moved a little bit down the street from the east end to the west side of Freeport, and there was like a hood of just duplexes. So it was my house, my cousin's house in front, 2 houses down, my other cousin. Behind them was my other aunt. So we had an alley, and we'd always be little playing, you know, riding bikes and shit. My older cousins, they was probably like 15, 18, around there. And they'll be chilling with their homeboys, smoking weed in the garage of my aunt's house and just freestyling to beats, you know what I'm saying? Or jamming like screwed up music, or jamming slow down, SPM, shit like that, Slim Thug, all those freestyles. And I just remember seeing them, you know, just smoking, freestyling. I thought that shit was hard. Yeah. And then, you know, as they got a little bit older, there was some rappers down there called Go Get a Fam. You know, they was rapping, making some shit. They had a song called Freeport My Home that I remember was hard as fuck. I was like, damn, like, this fool's gonna blow up. But, you know what I'm saying, nobody even heard that shit. That to me, you know what I'm saying, I was like, damn, that's hard. And, my older cousins just hustling in the streets and shit, you know what I'm saying? All their homeboys just coming down with, you know what I'm saying, cars with full of bang and swangers and shit like that. Like, just all the just Houston rapper shit was just hard as fuck to me. And, Slim Thug, too, at the time was a big inspiration. 50 Cent. I used to watch the shit out of 50 Cent videos.
50 Cent was fun to watch
like
in the club era.
But I remember when that Get Rich or Die Trying movie came out, I was in 5th grade, bro. I had a little BB gun, a little plastic BB gun I used to walk around with, trying to be like 50 Cent. And then my cousins was rapping too. Like they started, you know, they was in the garage just freestyling and shit. But by the time I got older, they had like a MacBook, not a MacBook, the Mac desktop computer with GarageBand. I remember them recording, you know, doing shit like that. They would let me go in there fuck around sometimes. So I would just be practicing right there. But I never really took it serious. I just fuck around and then, you know, do something else. And then maybe a couple years later, go back, fuck around some more. I remember I bought my first mic like in 8th grade. Went to my homeboy's house. He had a laptop. He downloaded some shit. Was in there trying to make some music, but same shit. We ain't stick with it. We just fucked around and then stopped.
SoundClick beats and shit.
Yeah, SoundClick was crazy. Yeah.
To my understanding, you just recently started to take this kind of serious, all right? In the last couple of years or something.
Kinda, yeah. I feel like I still kind of been bullshitting though, like not as serious as I should. You know what I'm saying? But right now, that's what I'm doing more right now, taking it more serious, like. Instead of just making music while I'm in the studio, and I play music and write down shit when I'm just chilling now. So trying to take it more serious and still trying to find my sound, you know what I'm saying? Like I be rapping different ways, on different beats. I still ain't really found exactly what I want to, you know what I'm saying, just run with. Right now, it's mostly just jumping on people's shit.
Having fun with it.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, man, let's jump into that right quick. You talk about not looking to find your sound and whatnot. Just to give you, you know, props on camera, the Bow Down track that you dropped maybe a couple months ago or so, about a month ago. I feel like that's your sound.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people been saying too. Like shit like that, do shit like the Bow Down shit.
Yeah. Like the delivery on it was just on point, man.
And that's what I really like doing. You know what I'm saying? When I first was rapping, but like. a lot of people be like, nah, like that's old shit. Like nobody really jams that shit. You know, like they use different drums now and different like bass and shit like that. Like you gotta get like some newer type shit. So that's what I had been trying to do, just get newer type beats. But when I did that one, everybody was fucking with that one, and I'm like, damn, maybe I just need to just steal some more old beats.
Yeah, and I guess that's kind of like a tricky thing, because again, I feel like that's your sound, but I get what people are saying. It is that older. And then it'll get compared to like Cali music too, because
some people when they hear that type of shit, they just skip it. It's like, oh, it's kind of old. Like,
you got to find those people that actually appreciate music and not just like So, but yeah, I did want to give you props on that, man.
Appreciate it, man.
When you popped up on my radar is when you did Cobra with OT.
Yeah.
How did that connection with OT and that track come about?
Man, we had a homeboy down there, and you know where we stay in the country. Hit me up for some shit. I pulled up. He was with OT, and then OT started showing me some music. By then, I was already doing music. I just hadn't dropped nothing because I had some open cases down on my side, and it's like a small little country area. And the songs I had, like I had one with DeeBaby, I had one with Slim Thug, I had some with Peso and Lil Jeremy, and I didn't want too much attention because I still had open cases. So I just wasn't dropping nothing, but I showed him what I had, and then he was like, damn, that shit's tight. So, after that, we just started working on music.
Yeah.
And even still, you know, when we did La Cobra, he knew I didn't want to drop music till I beat my case, but he posted a little clip on TikTok, and that hoe went crazy, and he just looked at me. He was like, bro, I got to drop that hoe. I was like, all right, fuck it, I guess it's time.
Got to take advantage of when it's popping.
I guess it's time then, fuck it, drop it.
You have been a lot more active, so have you beat those cases?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm good right now, man.
Yeah. Is that something you can talk about?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, you already beat them, right? I don't want to Vlad you into this conversation.
Nah, it ain't nothing crazy. It was just like weed and guns.
Yeah.
Just every time I get pulled over, you know, I have weed and gun. Like, it sounds crazy on paperwork, but like, I ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
Just have a gun under my seat and probably some weed in my pocket.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's so crazy. Like, those kind of charges are so crazy to me, because it's kind of like, y'all motherfuckers understand we're in Houston, right? Like, we got to play this shit safe and keep my shit with me, because
that's what I always tell them. I always tell them, put me over, why you got a gun for? I'm like, shit, you got a gun too. Like, what you got a gun for? Like, everybody, like, motherfuckers, like, shit, I feel like everybody should have a gun.
Yeah.
You never know. You see crazy shit all the time on the news, you know what I'm saying?
I keep my shit in my backpack at all times.
That's what I'm saying.
I like, man.
Like, shit, I don't know. I feel like when they pull me over and take me to jail for that shit, like if they act like if I'm riding around smoking a blunt, shooting the gun out the window and shit, acting crazy, it's like, bro, you wouldn't even know I had it if I just drove by you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even smoking. I just got the weed in the car.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just chilling, you know what I'm saying? So
I always tell, cause like my family are always real big on, you know, try to keep it at home. I was like, what the fuck? If I need it when I'm
that
out there,
ain't no good.
It don't do me no good if it's at the house. And it's like, I'd rather
gotta keep one at home for sure too.
Yeah.
But you need one in the car always.
At all times. Like my dad would always tell me, I'd rather you have it and never use it than need it and not have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, cause we're in
especially
Houston,
coming
man.
to Houston too. I come to Houston a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like in the country, I wouldn't say you don't need it because you never know. But in Houston for sure, like it could be motherfuckers that don't even know you just trying to hit a lick real quick, or some shit goes down where you at, you know what I'm saying, right next to you. So, you know, it's just good to have it. Yeah.
Man, in the country, the most I ever needed it was, the fuck did I do last time? I ran over a hog.
Yeah.
So then I pull over because my car started acting up. And as I get out the car, you just hear the motherfuckers wandering around.
Damn, they was trying to jump your ass.
I better jump back in the car.
Yeah,
I said, man, fuck these hogs. That's the only time I fuck with it out in the country where we out there shooting shit up. Hell no, I just got in the car. In the car.
I know, I was like, damn, you started busting on them hoes.
Nah, hell no.
Dumped the clip on him, burned up.
Hell no, I got back in the car and just waited for my brother to pull up. I was like, man.
Damn.
I said, hey, my car acting
I
up.
done shot at least a couple times. I'll be worried them hoes gonna fucking ram my shit. Dent my shit up.
The thing is, it's kind of like, so it's the country and it's literally like, those back roads is maybe 4 ranches.
Yeah.
And it's like, big ass ranch.
Yeah.
So you can't see shit. It's pitch dark is what I'm trying to say. There's no lights. There's you're gonna be shooting. You don't even know what the fuck you're shooting at.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it's a weird ass.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain how country it is over there. And then it's not like I'm Mexican and I have a gun and I'm shooting it.
Yeah.
most of those ranches have those vote for Trump signs.
Yeah. You
So
out of
it's
there.
free game
Call
for
the
for
cops.
them. They gonna get on my ass.
Yeah, you out of
So you gotta play it safe, man.
Yeah.
You gotta play it safe out
Nah,
there.
I dig it for sure.
So man, after Cobra, obviously you guys started working on more music and whatnot. And here as of late, Johnny Dang really blew up for you guys. How has that experience been like? And did you expect it? You personally, did you expect for this track to blow up like the way it did?
Nah, hell no. That shit was just, you know what I'm saying, random in the bit. Me and OT were talking about that the other day. We was doing some press run out there in Cali, and somebody said something about it, and he just looked at me and was like, damn, did you think this hoe's going to get this big? I was like, hell no. Because we had the song over a year ago. We had a video done and everything. It was just me and OT, and he was already signed though, so whenever the label heard it, that was like, you know, nah, like don't drop this yet. They wanted to do something with it. Was like, bet. And then a little bit later on, a few months later, they hit him up. They told him they was gonna put Key Glock on it. They're like, we're gonna take DRODi off, put Key Glock on it. And OT was like, nah, hell no, fuck that. You could put Key Glock, but leave DRODi on that bitch. I was like, damn, you sure? I told him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not tripping, bro. Like, shit. I want that hoe to, you know what I'm saying, be as big as it can. So
Yeah.
if that's what they want to do, I'm not tripping. He was like, nah, fuck that. I was like, all right, bet. And then so that's what they was gonna do. And then I don't know what happened. And a little bit later, you know, he came back again, was like, man, they gonna put Paul Wall on it. I was like, damn, that's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And cause when we did the first video, we was trying to do it at the Johnny Dang shop, but you know, OT wasn't that big yet. We didn't really know nobody connected to Johnny. So he knew somebody that fucked with the other Johnny Dang store, and they was like, we could get Johnny's brother. So that's who was gonna be in the first video, Johnny Dang's brother. And I told him like, nah, fuck that, it gotta be Johnny. So we just ended up not having nobody in there. It was just us out there in Bay City shooting the video. And then when they put Paul Wall on it, I already knew. I was like, oh, we're gonna get Johnny Dang in that hoe for sure.
Changed everything.
Yeah,
it's crazy how in a year, you know, the whole thing just
for real. But even still, you know, when they told us Paul Wall was gonna be on it, I just was like happy because, you know, growing up around here, Paul Wall, you know, he's a legend. I looked up to Paul Wall. Like, I like this shit. And it was just like, damn, that's what's up. We're gonna have Paul Wall on it. But it still wasn't like, oh, this hoe finna be big or nothing like that. It was just like bit.
Yeah.
And then, you know, once that hoe, well, before he even dropped, just when he posted a snippet, that hoe was going crazy. But I ain't never had a hit before, so I still was like, you know, like, oh shit, whatever. But then whenever they dropped in, that hoe just went up like that. I was like, damn, that's crazy as fuck.
Yeah, man, it's funny you say this because I know when things are gonna blow up when people in my side of town start fucking with
talking about it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like my nephews. I was supposed to bring one of my nephews because, you know, I told him you were gonna be here.
Yeah.
And he's like, he wants to meet OT and he wants to meet DRODi.
Damn,
and I was like I'll bring you. And he's like, okay, cool. But I don't know what the hell happened. His dad didn't, whatever the hell happened. But anyways, to have my nephews talking about it at their school, they're talking. It's like, okay, this shit is blowing up. Then I had my other nephew that he's into country. He's like big into Louis the singer, and then Louis blew up, and it's like, I know when shit starts hitting that side of town, that shit's about to get real because motherfuckers don't tune into shit unless it's
for sure.
something that's popping.
Catches, that's what. I guess you never really know what's gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be some shit you think hard as fuck, and then they don't do nothing.
And man, and you know what was crazy? You know, with the story that you just told me. Well, first of all, shouts out to OT for, you know, that's real as fuck that he didn't want to take you off the track. And then second, the fact that it's actually an old track, and it's like you hear this a lot from artists that their singles blow up, and they tell you that, you know, well, it's actually something that we've recorded a year ago, 2 years ago, and it's always about time, man. Like always the perfect time, and obviously you get the best results.
Yeah, because if we would have dropped that original one when we did, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm sure it wouldn't have got as big as it did.
Correct.
Like just the way everything lines up. Same shit with, you know what I mean, just time. Same shit with me, like with doing the music. I've been wanting to do music for, like I said, damn near my whole life. I got a song, I'm trying to get my cousin to find it, that we recorded in 2009.
Oh,
like
shit.
That, you know what I'm saying? It was just me and all my cousins. And,
and
I remember at that time thinking like, oh yeah, we finna do this music shit, this and that. And then boom, got busy with life. And then I got some shit from like 2017. 2017 is whenever, you know, we picked it back up again. But still, I was just like, my cousin was the one taking it serious. And I was just jumping on features for him.
Yeah.
But every time I did a song with them, everybody would be like, man, your shit was hard. Like they, you know what I mean? People just like my verses on them. So I told myself like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing this music shit. And I did maybe like 1 or 2 songs by myself, and then the same thing, just got busy with life again. Stopped fucking with it, but I still had, you know, those songs that I was like, man, I'm gonna drop these later. And then like 2020, some shit happened. You know, I was like, man, I need to find something else to do. You know what I mean? Get out the streets. I need to focus on the music. So I started taking it more serious again. And I was like, I'm gonna drop these. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna build a few songs and then start dropping. Like, I always had a plan for the music, but I never really, you know what I'm saying, never really lined up. And then with OT, you know what I'm saying, the way that it lined up, like, it couldn't be more perfect. That's what I said. Like, the time and, like, it just feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's supposed to be. Everything happening how it's supposed to.
And it's funny that, you know, he's doing the Luchador tour, because it's like, you guys are a perfect tag team. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it fits the idea perfect. Yeah. So let me ask you this, because I know I've seen the video with the track with Peso Peso. The one you did with DeeBaby as well, and the one with Peso is the same track as Lil Jeremy, correct? Yeah. Was there ever a visual for the one with Slim Thug?
Yeah, hell yeah. That's actually my first video I ever shot. I shot it outside of G&B studio, and it was actually with Slim Thug and DJ Chose.
Okay.
The song Jams, yeah, it just was my first song. You know, I wasn't really rapping like that yet. I didn't like my verse. So I redid my verse, and then when I redid my verse, OT was like, man, let me jump on that hoe. I was like, bet. So then OT jumped on that hoe. And I was trying to reshoot that video, but I think I'm going to just drop the song just like that. You know what I'm saying? Just keep working on some new shit.
So it's going to be like a remix, sort of?
Nah, because I never dropped the original.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So it's just going to be, you know what I'm saying, me, Slim Thug, DJ Chose, and OT.
Gotcha.
But it's just going to be a song. I'm not going to do the video.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You mentioned this was your first video, and it was outside of G&B. Yep. How did that connection come about?
Man, I met G&B. Well, first I met B-Don through Slim Thug. I was chilling at Slim Thug's house one day smoking some runts. It was when runts first came out, like 2016.
Yeah.
And B-Don called him. I didn't know who he was yet, but he was like, hey, he was excited and shit. Like, hey, what you doing? He told me we was chilling smoking. He like, I got some new shit, some runts. And Slim Thug like, man, I'm smoking some runts right now. And B-Don was like, hell no, nah. Like, anybody got this shit. And he was like, man, come on. So he pulled up, boom. He had some runs, I had some runs. And then we just got locked in from there. And G pulled up that day too. And I hit him up, you know, like, man, what's up with some studio time? So I just started going over there recording. And after that, you know, just going over there recording and just talking and chilling. And then we just got cool like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you under management with them right now?
Yeah, hell yeah. They've been like, now it's official, but like they've been helping me out since I first met them. Like I said, I would go to the studio to record, but I was always asking them questions too, like about how shit works in the music industry and for advice, you know what I'm saying, on how to do shit and, you know, all kind of shit, man.
Yeah. Man, so one of the things that really caught my attention is because, again, you do have these other tracks. You know, the singles that you dropped with DeeBaby, obviously DeeBaby's popping. The numbers are doing great on YouTube. The Peso Peso track, and it's crazy how those tracks didn't blow up the same way that Johnny Dang did. Yeah. In your opinion, what do you think was missing on those tracks, or why those tracks didn't get that traction?
Shit, probably, man, I would say the marketing. Like, I ain't put no marketing on them. I just did the song and dropped it. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Johnny Dang, like, that shit, they putting that shit everywhere, like with TikTok people, with fucking Instagram reels, you know what I'm saying, making reels about it. They got fucking like interviews about it, fucking Paul Wall on the radio talking about it. Like, it's just so much marketing, just putting it in people's face, you know what I'm saying, over and over. Like the 24s and the DeeBaby song, like, I just dropped it. That was it. And then even my own, like, I gotta get better about it. Like, I'll drop a song and post that I dropped it, and then that's it. Like, I don't be like
no real promotion.
I be seeing people post it, like they drop it, and then the next day they post it again, and the next day they post it again, and then a week later they post it again, and then a month later they post it again. You know, they just keep posting it, promoting it. Like, I don't know why. I just never really liked doing that. I just drop a song, I posted that it's dropped, and then that's it.
Yeah. See, when you're telling me this, I think of somebody that just loves doing the music and kind of like, man.
Yeah, bro, I hate being on Instagram and social medias and like figuring out, like, since I'm independent, you know what I'm saying, I be trying to figure everything out. And, you know, like, we live right now, you can learn anything, like, at the time we live in. So I'll be on YouTube, like, trying to find out how to get your shit on Spotify playlists, trying to find out how to get your shit, you know, in the algorithm. Like, I just YouTube all this shit and I watch a little bit. But like it don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like it, so it's like I'll be like,
Yeah,
like I'll might start on it and like, oh, I'm gonna do this, do that, but it's like, nah, I ain't trying to do all that shit.
YouTube
man.
University is where it's at,
Yeah.
man. That's how I learned how to do everything. That's
what I'm saying. You can learn everything on there, but like for me, I'm like I got real life shit going on too. You know what I'm saying? And like whatever free time I got, I'll try to do music shit. So like then to have to make time to like learn about marketing and learn about getting my shit on Spotify, playlists, and all this other shit. Just like, man, I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so right now I'm just focusing on just making music, and then, you know what I'm saying? Once I got enough, or once I got like a hot ass song, you know what I'm saying, that somebody gonna want to get behind it, you know, we could work out some type of deal, you know, where they could do all the shit I don't want to do.
Yeah. Before we get to talking about everything else outside of the music industry, I want to ask you this: being that Johnny Dang is such a big hit right now. I mean, I was at Texas fucking training camp and they played that bitch like 3 times.
Yeah, seen that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hard.
Like they playing it everywhere. How much pressure does that put for the next single? Not just for you and OT together, but you individually, because obviously now the bar is up here. So now it's got to be that or more. How much pressure does that put on your shoulders, and what can we expect to match that or better than that?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really feel no pressure. Like you saying it now, like I'm kind of trying to think about it, but like nah, because I already dropped a song after that. I dropped a song with me, Peso, and OT, and I feel like that song damn near harder. You know what I'm saying? For sure, my verse is harder on the new song than the Johnny Dang song.
Yeah,
but you know, it ain't got no hook. It's just us flowing. It's OT flows a little bit, and I jump in that hoe flowing, then Peso jumps on that hoe flowing, and that's the type of shit I like. You know what I'm saying? Like just flows, freestyle type shit. So to me, that song jams, and I feel like that hoe ain't getting as much views and plays as it should. But one, because like I said, there's no marketing behind that. I just dropped it, and two, I fucking, like I said, I be fucking up, bro. So I dropped it on YouTube, dropped the video, and then like the video might be like 2 months old now that I uploaded it, and I barely last night uploaded it to DistroKid, so it ain't been on no streaming services, ain't getting on no algorithms, on no playlists or nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? It's really just nobody pushing it.
Yeah.
So, I ain't really think about that though, man. I don't really feel no pressure. Like I said, I'm still trying to find like, just, you know what I mean, the song that I feel like is just hard as fuck. And that Glue to me was hard as fuck, but I know it wasn't like no #1 hit material. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't even got a hook. It's just a flow. Yeah. So
man, goddamn media. Because I was thinking about that. Because in my head, I was like, bro, this bitch is hard. But in my head, I'm like, fuck, I wonder what's next. Because, you know, to be able to top this off. So in my head, I'm making up this pressure. I was like, I definitely got to ask that question. Like, what's next, bro? Because it's a record that's getting played everywhere. It's getting show love by everybody. Yeah. I mean, outside of Texas. You know what I mean? And that's like rare.
Yeah,
I'm saying, because motherfucker hate on us so much about our style that when you do something like Johnny Dang, even though it's a Texas track, it's not necessarily something that you just listen to in Texas. I think that's
why I just told Paul Wall the other day. I was like, man, this shit, it feel like Still Tipping all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it feels like how Still Tipping was back in the day. Like we've been having our shit going on, and we always do. But it's always, you know what I'm saying, every now and then you'll have that one Texas shit that just goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that everybody fucks with, and that's what Johnny Dang is right now. Like everybody's fucking with it. I got an email from some designer store the other day talking about Western boots are in style. I forgot to send that hoe to OT. I was like, man, look what you doing, bro. So now in style, Western boots. I was like, what the fuck?
They gonna have DRODi out here wearing boots too, like OT.
I used to wear that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Whenever I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom from Mexico, my dad's from the valley, like from the farm and shit. My dad grew up on the farm. My grandpa had a farm, and like in the summers we'll go stay over there with him and be in the farm with the cows and all that shit. When I was little, you know, I tried to be like my dad, so I used to wear the button-up shirts and the hats and the boots and all that
Cowboyed
shit.
up, yeah.
Once I got a little older, I started looking up, because my mom and dad divorced, you know, when I was 7, so my dad wasn't around, and, you know, I started looking up to my cousins in the streets and fucking cars with bang and swangers and rappers with chains and fucking diamonds and grills and shit like that. So, I was like, man, fuck wearing that cowboy shit. Trying to get some J's.
You say your dad's from the Valley and your mom's from Mexico. She from Tamaulipas or something?
Yeah, Matamoros.
Yeah? Matamoros?
Yeah.
Oh, shouts out to Tamaulipas,
yeah, we used to go over there too when it was little, man. Shit was tight.
Yeah, I fuck with them. Well, I'm from Tamaulipas myself.
Oh, that's what's up. Like, you was born over there?
I was born over there.
Damn, that's
I was born
in
over
here.
when I was 5.
Okay, you was young as fuck.
30 years now.
Yeah.
So my whole fucking life, really.
Yeah. My mom came when she was 18, so my mom still don't really speak good English. I didn't speak English either. Like Spanish was my first language.
Yeah.
Till I went to school, and then just you know what I'm saying, not talking Spanish for so long, like that shit. I'm not that good at it no more.
No shit.
Nah,
I make fun of my nephews and shit. I'm like, man, y'all just need to stop lying. Like, how the fuck you forget how to speak Spanish? Because
my mom and my grandma spoke no English, so we was talking Spanish there, and then my grandma was taking care of, because my mom always worked, so my grandma would take care of us, so I had to speak Spanish, you know, over there with all my aunts and uncles and my grandma and my grandpa. But probably when I was like maybe like 12, 13, my grandma stopped taking care of us, and we was just be by ourselves. So it was like shit. Since then, like none of my homeboys really speak English. Yeah. Nobody else speaks English, so it was just, I mean, not English, Spanish. Yeah. So I just, stopped really talking Spanish.
I always be making fun of my nephews. I'm like, your English is bad. Your Spanish is bad. What the fuck y'all
yeah,
speak?
For real, dog. Like, I'll be slurring words and fucking up words.
Yeah, in Spanish and English.
Like, even still, I'll be saying some English words I can't say right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'll be trying to say some shit, and they be like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, like every now and then I'll get stuck with a certain word that I can't. Like, I didn't learn my English till I was in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Because I was in ESL in 3rd grade and 4th grade. And then in 5th grade, I went to school. Well, because, I went to school in the Valley.
Yeah.
And everything was in Spanish over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like I was still in Mexico. Yeah. So then when I came over here, I started going to the school over there in Prairie View. And it was a minority school. Yeah. And it was like Hispanics and blacks.
Yeah.
And people always tell me how they don't hear my accent, like my Spanish accent on my English compared to my brother. Yeah. And I'm like, well, because when I learned my English, it was around nothing but black folks. Yeah. My brother learned it in the Valley. Yeah. It's nothing but fucking Mexicans. So it's a Spanglish like a motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Nah, for me, I started learning English as soon as I went to school to pre-K, and I remember my mom, she would they had the bilingual classes, and I remember trying to get in those classes, because I would tell her like, man, they got classes for me, and she like, fuck
classes for me.
Yeah, she was like, fuck that, you gotta speak English, because my mom from Mexico, she didn't give a fuck about me knowing Spanish, she's like, you gotta learn English, fuck Spanish. Yeah. And I was like, man, fuck, but so I learned it pretty quick. By probably like 1st, 2nd grade, I was mostly English speaking. Yeah. Besides at home.
Yeah. In my house, my parents never spoke English. My mom understands it. Yeah. But she ain't gonna have no conversation.
Yeah, my mom too. Like I remember in 6th grade helping her do her test to get her citizenship and shit. Yeah. Like, teaching her shit, trying to make her learn English. But even still now,
that should be hard trying to teach your parents.
Yeah,
anything, boy. That should.
Yeah, even still now, she like knows English, but not good. You know what I'm saying? Like still just Spanish way easier for her.
Man, to take this outside the music a little bit, I was watching some of your blogs. You did mention you went out and you went to Dallas and bought a fucking Beamer. Yeah, you said you were playing Need for Speed. You be into gaming and shit too, or what?
Yeah, not like heavy, but like I've always liked games since I was little, and like not Need for Speed, Midnight Club. When I was little. Yeah. See, that's another thing that made me just in love with the music, bro. Because I remember they had Slim Thug on there, they had Paul Wall on there, and it was like a game everybody in the world's playing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they got Houston music on there. I was like, damn. Because before that, like I said, I knew Houston music was just like our little area. And in 4th grade, 2004, I moved to Houston for a little bit. My mom moved over there. What's them trailers called? I always forget, but it was at the end of Hiram Clark on Anderson Road and Hiram Clark, like where Hiram Clark ends. There's a trailer park. It was all nothing but Mexicans over there, and we moved there for a little bit in 4th grade. And I remember walking out after school, you know what I'm saying, to walk to the car that was picking us up, and like every car jamming that's still tipping back then, like when it first came out, like that shit was everywhere. And I was in Houston at the time, so I kind of felt like connected to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's like what, 05?
04.
04?
Yeah. Yeah, and I was like, damn, like, this shit live as fuck. We in Houston. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They playing Houston music everywhere.
Even on the fucking games.
And then 2005, was the next year I moved back to Freeport. And, they had Slim Thug on a Midnight Club game. I was like, damn, that's hard as fuck. So, yeah, it was it all, you know what I'm saying? Just always was just all, you know what I mean? Always something that I looked up to was just had to do with rapping and music and Houston shit.
Yeah. Another thing is, couple things that I found interesting on there. Obviously, you're a landlord. You even mentioned it on Johnny Dang.
Yeah. So I actually sold those houses. The Johnny Dang verse is old. I still had them, but I sold them a few months ago. Yeah. Yeah.
Got you a nice leg, huh? Cause
hell no, bro. That was my first time doing it, so I lost a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? But I learned a lot of shit too. So, you know what I'm saying? Like the contractors I had at first were bullshit. They fucked me over for a lot of money. The renters I had fucked this shit up. A few of the renters I had fucked it up, and I lost money on that. And just a lot of mistakes.
Same, tenants you were talking about on the blogs?
That one of them, yeah. Like I said, it was like 2-3 different tenants I had that fucked it up. And that's another thing I learned too. Like when you got houses like that in the hood, like, you know what I'm saying, people that rent over there, they usually don't give a fuck about their credit, and you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna be the cleanest people. So it's like, I was like, man, it just ain't. It ain't worth it, man. Like next time I get some rent houses, like I want to get a nice, you know what I'm saying, something nice, like at least $2,000 a month type shit.
Yeah,
and have deposit, all that.
Yeah, credit checks and shit. You're right about that, man. That's kind of like the bad thing of living in, I guess, the ghetto areas. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody gives a fuck about shit.
Nobody gives a fuck, bro. I remember when my ex-girlfriend was like, "We're gonna start checking credit."
Yeah,
I was like, "You ain't gonna get nobody to move in."
Yeah, that hoe gonna be empty. Because I tried to do the same shit after I had like the first 2 bad renters. Because the first one, it was one of the persons I used to remodel my houses. One of his workers, you know, he brings people straight from Honduras over here to work. Yeah. So, you know, he ain't even got papers. And, you know me, I know like how it is for people with no papers. So I'm trying to look out for him. You know, I ain't even put the electricity under his name. I kept all the bills under my name. I'm like, just pay me. So they end up, you know, 2-3 months pass on the bills, no deposit, fuck the house up, 2-3 months behind on the rent. Like I lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Trying to help motherfuckers out, man. But like shit, you know what I'm saying? That's how you learn though.
That's how you learn, yeah. And like I said, sometimes in those situations you have no choice, because if you run credit, it's probably gonna, if you want them to have good credit, they're probably not going to be looking in that area.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. So after that shit happened, I got a real estate manager, you know, to manage them for me, to take a little bit of stress off of me. But then it was like, shit, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody applied for this hoe, and the ones that have, they ain't, you know, they don't pass the fucking requirements. So now I had to just say, fuck it, just, you know, put somebody in there, fuck it.
Anybody.
Yeah, just get it, rent the hell out of somebody.
Man, I used to do sales for Dish. And I used to hate when motherfuckers would be like, "You speak Spanish, right? We're gonna put you on the Spanish queue." And it's like, bro, I can't. We got paid commission. Yeah. Everybody that called had no credit, no debit card, and you know Hispanic people don't trust giving their information like that. Yeah. And so it's just like, man, fuck my people. But like this,
if you're trying to help your people out, they end up taking advantage, bro. Shit fucked up.
Yeah, and I would try to help.
It's some good people though, like I said, because like I remember, you know, growing up, like watching my mom and shit. Like, you know, she was a good person and she wouldn't like do no fucked up shit like that. So, you know, I was just like, man, you know, there is some
new generation
though. Yeah.
And I think that's what everybody, like the new generation got shit fucked up. They're like no values. They don't care about respecting. They don't care. Because, you know, I feel like, you know, our parents would always be like, it's not your house, respect it.
Yeah.
And now it's not my house, fuck it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, no respect behind it. You know what I mean? Even if they have a deposit type shit. Yeah. Man, so on Bow Down, well, nah, I'm going to save that to last. You know, I'll make you feel like I ain't going to ask this question, and I'll bring that up to the end. From the music, from what you've learned in the industry and what you've learned, you know, renting the houses out, what has been the biggest life lesson for yourself as a person, not just an artist?
Man, just be yourself, man, and don't I would say like sell your soul. You know, it sounds like I remember being young, and when I would hear that, I would think like the devil was gonna come see you at night, and you know you gotta sell it to him and shit like that. But now selling your soul is like just shit that you know what I'm saying, you know, you don't stand on or don't believe in, and doing it for, you know what I mean, try to get ahead real quick. Like, don't do shit like that. Like I said, everything, the way it has lined up so far in my life, bro, been from just me being, you know what I'm saying, me, and not being a hoe. And, you know what I'm saying, like, that's how I've been locked in with G&B for so long, just being me, not trying to be nobody else. That's how I met Slim Thug, just being me, not being, you know, trying to be somebody else or being extra or trying to come up real quick and shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, when I met OT, same thing. He, you know, a lot of people trying to fuck with him and be around and this and that because they see him doing shit. But with me, he just knows, like, you know, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Like, I'm just going to fuck with whoever I fuck with. You know, I don't care what they got, none of that. And then same thing, having that relationship with him, and then being the way I am, having a relationship with G&B, like, that's how the whole, you know what I'm saying, B-Don managing him came together. Like, when I met B-Don, 2016, like I never would have thought, you know what I'm saying, he'd be managing somebody from my side, like from the country and shit, or
Yeah.
managing me, or be on the road with us doing this music shit. Like the way everything lined up, it has just been for me, just being me, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to come up too fast. Like I never really rushed nothing. Like I remember people always telling me too, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, you tripping, you need to do this and do that, or get Slim Thug to do this, or oh, tell your homeboy to do that. Like just trying to, you know what I mean, like take advantage of all the connections that I got, but I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just
in due time, everything.
yeah,
in due
like
time.
everything gonna line up, bro, and it really has. You know what I'm saying? Everything just lined up.
Yeah,
from everything in my life.
You mentioned linking up with B Don in 2016, and now being on the road. What has that been like, live on the road now?
It's tight, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like we be chilling. I just be thinking about it, like, damn, that's crazy. Like from when I first met him to now, like what the fuck? It's crazy. Like shit that happened in 2016, the shit that happened now, and the way there's all like paths crossing and shit.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Full circle, like they
yeah,
say.
Like, even shit, like OT says, B Don's the one that got Paul Wall on the Johnny Dang song. Like little shit that I never really thought about because I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing nothing to try to get something out of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing shit because, you know what I'm saying, whatever felt right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I never, you know what I'm saying, when I met B-Don, I was never like, oh, I'm going to use this food to get some connections, or I'm going to use this food to fucking get a Paul Wall verse later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. Even when I met OT, I never was like, oh, I'm going to use this food to, you know what I'm saying, get on a hot song or nothing like that. Like, everything just lined up how it's supposed to. And it's like, damn, like, you can't plan this shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't write this shit down. Like, it just happens how it's supposed to happen.
Organically, as they say.
For sure. Like, shit crazy.
So, obviously, you say you dropped music after Johnny Dang.
Yeah.
We had G&B here a couple of weeks ago, and they talked about they were working on a project with OT. What can we expect from you as far as you independently and you with G&B?
Man, shit. Like I said, right now I'm still trying to find my sound. So I got a lot of songs that I haven't dropped, and a lot of them I haven't dropped because I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just doing shit on different beats, different rapping different ways and shit, seeing, you know what I'm saying, different shit. And right now, I got a few though that I do like that are coming soon, but I ain't got like no tape or nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying to make a tape with OT, but you know what I'm saying, I don't know, maybe just later. Cause we do got a lot of songs. Maybe after I drop them all, maybe we could just put them together like a DRODi and OT compilation or some shit.
Project,
but yeah, like, I'm not really, you know what I'm saying, pushing to try to get no joint album done or nothing like that. I just want to, focus on my own shit right now, get my own buzz going, and just, you know what I'm saying, make some good music. Really, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to make some music that's just hard, you know what I'm saying? That like I could just jam and be like, hey, that shit hard as fuck.
Yeah. That's dope, man.
Yeah, I really don't jam none of my music, I ain't gonna lie.
The what?
I don't jam none of my music.
You don't jam your own music?
Nah, hell no.
Nah.
Like, it's all right, but it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a hard critic, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Gotcha.
not just on myself, but like on all music, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just jam anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shit gotta be jamming to me.
Yeah.
Like
what you listen to right now? Like, what's on your playlist right now?
Man, I be listening to a lot of old shit. Like let me see what I was jamming right now before I got here. Like, you'll probably be surprised. You'll be like, what the fuck?
Hip hop shit or what?
Yeah, music. Well, I mean, mix of shit. Like, I was jamming Zero, Can't Leave Drink Alone. Before that, I'm Back by Slim Thug and Devin the Dude. That Ducked Off, that Trill Fam.
Yeah.
You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of old shit.
Trill Fam.
Yeah. Peso Pluma. Lately, I've been jamming a lot of Peso Pluma.
Yeah.
Fucking a lot of Houston shit, and then I like a lot of like R&B shit slowed down, like probably like 2000s. I would say my favorite music time. I mean, like 2000s music.
Yeah.
Especially slowed down, like that Mariah Carey, We Belong Together. I was jamming that hoe earlier.
Slow down.
Yeah, that hoe hard as fuck.
Hit harder.
Yeah. But just I don't know, just weird shit. I ain't gonna lie. I be jamming rock and roll slowed down, country music slowed down, chopped and screwed and shit.
That's the Texas shit, boy.
Weird shit.
You play that shit anywhere else, what the fuck is this?
But like, as far as just regular music, that I just think is hard, just the way it is. Like a lot of Future, fucking a lot of ESTG shit I've been jamming lately too. Man, what's the other fool? Oh, Big L. I just got onto Big L, through OT. I never had heard of him. And then when OT showed me, I was like, damn, this shit hard as fuck. Oh, The Weeknd. I fuck with The Weeknd.
I've actually never heard anything from Big L, actually. Now that
Me neither, till OT just kept talking about it. I was like, man, let me check this shit out. That shit hard as fuck. But yeah, that First Side hit, I've been jamming that shit lately.
First Side they be jamming,
Yeah, just random shit, bro. Really, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
I ain't got like just one artist that I just jam all the time.
It's a crazy ass
like,
playlist.
Just
You never know what's gonna hit.
whatever jams, I'm gonna jam it.
Before I let you go, and I have to ask this because y'all slightly talked about it on the podcast, but just kind of didn't go into detail. I don't know if you can go into detail or not.
Yeah.
But y'all were talking about you beat a case. Oh
man,
whose podcast was it? Well, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I was on that back on Fig.
Is that something you can talk about?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I just don't like talking about it. But
okay, cool. Like, if you don't want to talk about it, yeah, it's cool. I respect it.
Nah, it's all good shit.
Yeah. No, so yeah, we'll scratch that off. We don't gotta talk about it. It ain't necessary. Nah, but shit. For anybody that might not be familiar with you, man, where can they find you on social media and where can they find your music? Under what can they find your music?
Just look up DRODi, man. DRODi. It should pop up, but if it don't on Instagram, put an underscore before and after. I'm trying to get the just DRODi name, man, but they don't want to sell it to me.
Somebody else got it?
Yeah, I've been trying to get it for years, bro. I'm trying to get that shit for years. I ain't trying to give it up. So
they ain't gonna give it up now. Like they ain't gonna give it up now.
Man, matter of fact, it's a girl. She just hit me up the other day and was like, "I see you. They're playing your shit over here in the Bay." She said price just went up. I was like, "Oh,
this bitch." Like, this bitch.
That's fucked up.
Same thing happened to Bo Bundy. I had Bo Bundy a couple years ago, and he told me, he's like, bro, there's a country ass motherfucker in Oklahoma that's his actual name.
Yeah, the one.
He's like, and he won't sell it to me.
Mine is some girl in fucking in San Francisco that has it.
Yeah,
she ain't trying to give that hoe up.
She ain't.
She ain't. I asked her, like, you know what I'm saying, what's up with the name? She was like, oh, that's why all my friends call me because I used to smoke a lot. Like, you don't smoke no more? She's like, nah. I'm like, why the fuck do you still want the name then? Like, what the fuck?
At what age are you going to give this up?
Yeah, like, give that shit up, man. She tripping, man.
Shouts out to her. Hopefully she sees this and be like, you know what? Let me drop the price down a little bit. I doubt it. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen.
She ain't trying to give that hoe up, man.
Nah, but shit. Hey, DRODi, I appreciate your time, bro. Appreciate you stopping by, man. We'll be tuned into everything else that you drop. Yeah. And you guys still hitting the road? Any other upcoming shows in the upcoming months?
Yeah. Salt Lake City in a couple days, and then Austin. We're gonna be in Austin this weekend, and then we're gonna be in Houston when Sunday. Hustle Town show. I think it's Sunday out here in Houston.
September 3rd, right?
September 2nd, Michigan, and September 9th, Iowa, September 10th,
Yup, so shit, all over the place, man. And then once the
yeah.
tour hits, we finna be all over.
Crazy ass weathers too, all different weathers everywhere y'all go.
That shit be fucking with you too, man. Giving you headaches and shit. All the climate changes.
Time changes too, the different time zones and shit.
You up,
Is that considered like time travel?
That's what we was talking about earlier when we landed. It feels like it sometimes, but at the same time, it's like not really.
Because in Cali right now, it's barely 6:19.
On the way to Cali is cool, you know what I'm saying? Because you could leave, you know what I'm saying, Houston Airport at 12 and land over there at 1. It's like, damn, that's what's up. But when you come back, that shit sucks. You leave Cali at 12, not get here till like 5 or 6.
5 o'clock. Yeah, it's like you've been flying for 6 hours.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Nah, but shit, I appreciate your time, bro. Make sure you guys check him out. Available on all streaming services. DRODi, you can find the links to his social medias and everything else on the description of the podcast, description of the video. Once again, DRODi, appreciate you, bro.
Thank
you for stopping by.
Appreciate you having me.
And it's your boy JVaz, and you're watching Texas Underground. Make sure you check out shopblackconecta.com. Let's go.